Um, First of all, I'd like to state a little bit of fact and an apology. First, I apologize for not having a shirt on. I am a quadriplegic, bound to an electric wheelchair, and this was due to an accident in 1982 where I broke my neck diving, and where my feeling changes from having feeling here to here. If I wear any type of garment or whatever, it feels like spiders are crawling on me. And it's like pins and needles, and it's very unpleasant. Secondly, this is my first attempt at anything on YouTube. So I hope everyone would be gracious enough to understand as far as the quality of the media and so on, but I hope you do listen to my message. I'm extremely concerned about what is happening today in our political, financial, and emotional state in this country. If you look through history, and I talk about real history, not the history that has been rewritten by certain members, meaning the progressives and liberals, that was taught back in the 50s and 60s. That was real history. That was and even some into the 70s, that was the history that really reflected what happened in the world, quite frankly. What I want to do is try and put that into a nutshell so that maybe everyone can understand, and maybe in an attempt to prove me wrong, you'll go out and do some research yourself and learn a little bit more about history, at least back to the beginning of Hitler. Now, there are some parallels to what's going on, and they're quite strong, between the last couple administrations of this country, be them Republican or Democrat, and the rise of Hitler and the domination of Germany and the slaughtering of the Jews before and during World War II. Hitler rose to power quite quickly over the years, basically due to the starvation of his country in as far as economic prosperity is concerned. Hitler knew that if he could identify a villain, and which would be the Jews, and rally the country against a villain, that he could get the people inspired, and that once he got the people inspired, he could basically lead them to anywhere that he wanted them to go. Now, this is going from memory and from recall of major discussions with other academics. But once you get the people excited and or reaching a goal, such as elimination of the Jews, the extinction of the Jews, because they were painted as the villains and the reasons for all of Germany's problems that they were having at the time, then the people are willing to do whatever you ask them. Now you fast forward to, well, before we flash forward, at the time when Hitler arose, he knew that once he got the people going, he could start to nationalize all of the businesses and money and start to control the entire country as a dictatorship, with the great promise to the people that they will prosper and they will be taken care of. Now you flash forward to the last two administrations, one being the current and the other the prior, one Democrat, one Republican. And you will see that they've identified a villain. And the villain is free enterprise and profits. Now, when you look at the major media, any outlet that's on, say, the four major networks, or on cable itself, the news outlets spin everything they get as far as news and tailor it to one mission, and that is the mission of the White House and this administration to incite the people, to get them to be open to what I want to say is nationalization or control of companies that are free enterprise, that people have put their blood and guts into. Some have failed and rebuilt from the bottom up with great determination. That this administration, if they could just get control of these and control the pay outlets and bonuses and other controls for environmental reasons, that the people will go with this because they've been incited against these, the media exclaims, exorbitant, well, not enough coffee, exorbitant bonuses. They've used terms such as sickening attempts at ripping off the American people. In fact, the administration, President Obama, has come out in his own words and trashed Las Vegas in the media several times. And, well, conveniently, part of the TARP money goes back to Las Vegas because Harry Reid is from Nevada and he is the Democratic Senate leader. So there's payoff there. And when President Obama rails against the big business and bonuses, the people get mad because they're tightening their belt. They're hungry. I'm hungry. I've been doing my best to get by the best I can, living within our means. My wife and I, we live within our means. We didn't go head first into buying SUVs, and we didn't go head first into buying upscale housing. Upscale housing continued to move up where we could afford the payments but not afford the house. So the people are mad, and when they see that, and they're realizing that, hey, they're doing a great business, they're getting a bonus, and I'm not getting anything but probably higher taxes, and my neighbor's losing their job. Well, that's exactly what the Obama administration wants from the public. They want you to support them in the atrocities, as they put them, of big bonuses and big business taking advantage of the little guy. Well, you know what? We are the little guys, but we have choices. We can make choices. Choices such as, I don't need that top-of-the-line iPod or top-of-the-line Motorola phone. I don't need that new car every year to keep up with the Joneses. But people think they do. And because of that, they have packed themselves so far into debt and just basically ruined their lives. Now, we just recently had a man fly